Good morning, we're in Windsor. So it's 1 week before the Coronation concert, which will be held for the first time here in Windsor. So I decided to wake up very early this morning and take a potter to Windsor to see how their coronation preparations are going. As you may know, the Windsor residents are very protective and proud of their royal neighbours, which I would certainly be. So you can see here that the main pathway, the main road up the side of the castle and up to the centre of the town is adorned with Union Jacks and banners in the blue colour that we've seen so often before. And I love it because they've sort of got little gold tassels hanging down from it as well. If you've never been to Windsor, you absolutely must. It's such a beautiful, quaint little town. And the castle is just there. You can see it starting to appear just to the left. I mean, it's really breathtaking. The castle is next to the town. Oh, and how apt. A pub. The King and Castle. Well, that's very apt now, isn't it? Oh, look, the early morning flights are coming in. Heathrow isn't far away. So we carried on pottering up. As you can see, one of the towers is in scaffolding. I mean, these buildings must be immense to upkeep, but such a vital part of our history that it's really important that they are kept beautifully. And then we potted past W.H. Smith. Look at those little royal bears. Aren't they cute? They're very, very soft. I like that. And then we got the Duchess of Cambridge, although our Duchess of Cambridge is now known as the Princess of Wales, isn't she? Oh, I wonder what all the royal family members are going to be wearing next week. I haven't really thought about that. What their outfits will be. I've been sort of so focused on King Charles and the coronation. So that's just looking back down the hill from where we've walked up. So as you can see, the town is right next to the castle. It really is such a sweet little town. And then down here is looking towards the train station. And it's a lovely covered market area. I think we'll potter through that a little bit later. Oh my goodness, what's this? The Ivy. The Ivy is a lovely restaurant if you've never been. And I absolutely love this. Look at that. Beautiful red flowers. We've got butterflies, which symbolise the nature of our majesties. And look at these crowns. Let's get a closer look. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? So the purple flowers are making up the crown. Isn't that stunning? Whoever's created that deserves a medal. And then the lion has got a crown on as well up there. I really like that. And then there's another one. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that's almost one of the best windows I've seen. I don't know, it's hard to choose, isn't it? Because there's certainly been some nice ones in London too. So then we carried on wandering down, and this is the High Street, which is adorned with flags, and if I spin around you can see more of the castle. And because it's so early, the light's very low. So this is a statue of Queen Victoria. She's quite hard to make out here, but she is in fact holding the orb. And then there's lots of little cute streets adorned with Union Jacks. Look at this cobbled little alleyway called Market Street. It's really, really quaint. And the Edinburgh Woolen Mill, I love that. Let the celebrations begin. Isn't that beautiful? And that is right opposite the entrance to the castle. Another cute little cobbled street. It feels like we've gone back in time, almost. So that's one of the entrances. You can see the policemen outside. I did think about asking them if they let me in, but I don't think they will. And then that's looking up towards the keep. I was obviously, because it was so early, I couldn't get in closer to the castle. And then we pottered round the back of the castle and we came down past this gorgeous church, which is the Windsor Parish church. So that's just round the corner. And I mean, this street, I don't know who lives here, but I mean, these look like the old stables, perhaps. And then we carried on towards the entrance to the Great Park. And I think in the Great Park, there'll be big celebrations next week. And look at that. This is the Long Walk. Wow. It just goes on. You can see why it's called Long Walk. And then that's looking back up to Windsor Castle. It is just breathtaking. Absolutely outstanding. Ooh, gives me goosebumps, it does. And you can see the pink blossom. Oh, I love spring. Really, really heavy blossom. Isn't that just stunning? I don't think that view would ever get old to me. And look at those manicured lawns, absolutely precise and intricate. I imagine they have a big team of gardeners to keep everything nice and tidy. Oh, and look, someone lives there. Aren't they lucky? Wow, gosh, that would be a long run. And you can see the early morning mist. And this you'll remember from, most recently, from our late Queen's funeral, as she came up and she passed Emma, her horse, and then up towards St. George's Chapel where she was finally laid to rest. It was a very poignant day, few weeks really. But it's absolutely beautiful. You must come if you have never been. So we carried on through the town and had a little look at some of the windows. So we've got Savills. Congratulations on the coronation of their majesties. These are fun, aren't they? All on some bubbly at the front. We always like a bit of bubbly. And then this is the front of the church, the Windsor church. And we're coming back round in a circle now. So Windsor is really very small, it's very easy to get around, and it's a lovely day out. I have been to Windsor Castle once, and it is stunning. It is so, so regal. But I just love this. Look at all the Union Jacks up and the little quaint streets there, festooned with flags and cobbled streets. And look at this window, isn't it fun? We've got a beefeater holding a coronation flag, teddy bears, tote bags, cups and books and chairs. And oh look, and the Elizabeth line. Then we've completed our circle. We're back to almost where we started. So you've got Queen Victoria's statue there. Another look at the castle. It's a shame there's lots of scaffolding up, but I'll have to come again, hopefully when the scaffolding's down, and give you a real proper view of it. And this is coming back towards the ivy. Oh, I just had to have another look at it. Can't quite get over that. And then this is where the station was that I mentioned before. So it's called the Windsor Royal Shopping Centre. So you've got little shops and cafes there, and down, and if you follow it down, you get to the train station. Oh, look, this is Hobbs. I like that. Red, white and blue dresses. Oh, have you got your outfits and hats planned? I don't know what I'm going to wear, but I love that window. That's clever. Really, really pretty. And the cruise, eh? Even the cruise is getting on board with the celebrations. Look at that. You'll notice red, white and blue. How they've teamed that. I like that. The little ramekins, the little salt mills, the casserole dishes. That's very clever. Very, very clever. Well, in Pandora, I've got some charms. You've got a crown, a soldier, a palace. Celebrating style. And then I came across this beautiful flowered archway. Isn't that gorgeous? Really, really beautiful. It just uplifts the soul seeing all this, to be honest. So this is the station. We're on the platform. Got an old locomotive. And then as I spin round, look, you can see it's a covered shopping centre with flags as well. And then this is back down towards the high street that we walked past the top of before. Oh, look, another big plane. There's quite a lot this morning. I think because I'm so early, you've got all the international flights arriving at Heathrow. I love this little garland. So then we carried on pottering back down to the river. If you didn't know, Windsor resides on the river. That's one last look up to the castle. You can just make out the top of it. And then this is the beautiful river. And look, as you would expect in a royal residence, lots and lots of swans. So the king actually owns all the unmarked swans. So there are a few families and livery companies which own swans, but the king owns all the other ones. I mean, fancy that. I think apparently they used to be a delicacy in the medieval times, but now they're just beautiful to look at. It was so magical to wake up really early this morning and hop over to Windsor to see how their coronation preparations have been getting along. It was just so beautiful and peaceful this morning, with hardly anybody around. We had the whole place to ourselves pretty much, apart from the early morning runners and the joggers. Anyway, so this is where the Coronation concert will happen next Sunday. Will you be watching it on TV, or will you be going? Let me know. Countdown has really started now. Please subscribe.